Don't take my picture.
Only for a minute,
You done
Grandma.
been ad.
Hmm?
You done been ad.
I had to get my hair combed.
When you think of China, what do you think of? Is it the Great Wall? Is it billions of people living their lives out? Or is it even maybe just buffets here with good food and waiters you can't understand? When I think of China, I think of tea. And luckily, I had the opportunity to visit China for a couple of weeks and taste not only their excellent tea, but see some of the ceremony that is done during the process of making their tea. That's what I'd like to explain to you today, the process of brewing a pot of oolong tea. There are many reasons to brew a pot of tea in China, the most common being to show respect for someone. Wikipedia states that in Chinese society, the young show respect for their elders, and the lower class show respect for the upper class by serving them tea. Although the rules are changing as China becomes more liberal, in any formal ceremony, they will still apply. The ceremony we're going to do today is the Gung Fu ceremony. It requires a peaceful place, a place where your guests can relax and unwind and have quiet conversation. The actual process of brewing is more than just pouring water into a teapot. It involves several steeps, many cups, and audience participation. The teapot we have here is the cha hu, and our cups are the cha bei. We also have our water, and we have a screen over a lid here to catch our water, and that'll be obvious why here in just a few minutes. The oolong tea we're going to drink today translates to Black Dragon in English. It needs to be brewed at approximately 95 degrees Celsius, and one way you can tell the temperature of the water is by the size of the bubbles that come to the top. We're looking for fisheye bubbles, which would be about 1/4 of an inch. To begin our process, we'll place our tea into our pot and then pour water on top of it. We're then going to immediately pour our water into our cups here, but we're not going to drink it, and I'll show you why in just a second. What we're doing here is getting rid of any of the impurities in the tea or in the teapot. We'll go ahead and finish dumping this out here. They say this tea also infuses into the teapot. They say there's an old Chinese proverb that all you need to do to make a good cup of tea with a well-used teapot is just add water. Now we're going to pour our water back in again and let it steep for about 30 seconds. While it steeps, we're going to pour our water on the outside of our pot. What this does is balance the temperature of the pot and brews a better cup of tea. The oolong tea we're going to have today is not only good for you, it's also good for you. It has quite a bit of polyphenol in it, which reduces the cancer rate and the chance of heart disease. Also, it's shown that 2 cups a day of oolong tea will improve your chances of life after a heart attack by 50%, and it will also lower your chance of high blood pressure by 60%. That's our first step. Tea was discovered about 2700 BC in China. That means for about 5,000 years, people have been drinking tea in the same process that we're going to have it today. Just to put that in perspective, 5,000 years ago, the ancient Egyptians were building the Great Pyramids. And for those of you up to date on your biblical figures, Enos, the grandson of Adam, passed away around that same time. We're going to end our process here today, but during that real process, several more steeps would be included, and possibly even a new batch of tea. I hope in this short time that I've explained a little bit, given you some insight into the process of brewing the tea, and also the passion the Chinese have for their tea. I think it's best summed up by Okakaro Kazuza, a Japanese scholar who said a tea ceremony is more than an idealization of drinking it. It's a religion on the art of life. Thank you.